Do you know that according to scientific studies, people tend to forget 56% of new information within the hour? Then after a day, 66% has been forgotten, and after 6 days, it's 75% of the information that is lost. And we are not talking here of people in their senior years or those who may have a form of a brain or nervous system disorder. In fact, these numbers apply to the general population. So why do we forget? A very interesting question, right? Before we delve into the answer, we would really appreciate it if you like this video and click on the subscribe button. That will certainly inspire us to create more fun videos just for you. Now, onto our answer before we forget. But first, we need to point out that our memory is not based on a single process. Instead, there are 3 types of memories that play important roles in how we retain information. First is sensory memory. As the name implies, it's memory taken from the information gathered by our senses. The memory is pretty accurate but is only retained in the blink of an eye. It's when you accidentally touch a hot surface. That feeling fades quickly as you tend to the pain in your finger. Experts consider sensory memory as merely a part of perception. Second is short-term memory. This lasts for a few dozen seconds and is capable of remembering 7 items at most. It could be the cell phone number being given to us by a friend or the face of a stranger we meet on the street. Without a conscious effort to keep it, short-term memory will fade in seconds. Long-term memory, on the other hand, is where we store the most important events in our lives, like the day we got married, the skills we have learned such as riding a bike or swimming or driving a car, and the meanings of words. It has no limit as far as storage goes, and the information is kept not only for days or months or years, but even throughout a person's lifetime. So we have the simple answer to our question on why we forget. It is because the information we have gotten was only stored in our short-term memory. But how about those that belong to our long-term memory? Why do we forget some of them too? One explanation put forward by researchers is known as the decay theory. It is said that a memory trace is formed every time we acquire new information. This memory trace fades or decays if the information is not retrieved or used regularly. However, there are some research that also showed that there are memories that actually stayed in long-term memory, even though they have not been used or retrieved for a long time. There is also what is suggested as active forgetting, wherein the brain itself will delete memories that have not been used for quite some time. This is to make room for newer memories. Experts also point to a phenomenon called interference. As the name implies, it's when a memory competes and interferes with another memory, especially when the two have very similar information. Sometimes, an old memory will prevent you from remembering new information. For example, you might find it difficult to remember your friend's new phone number because what you have memorized is their old number. This is what is called proactive interference. Retroactive interference, on the other hand, is difficulty remembering old memory because of new information. For example, students may find it hard to recall theories they have learned previously because of the new theories they are currently studying. Finally, there's what is known as motivated forgetting. It's when people actually put an effort to forget things, usually experiences that are traumatic or disturbing, such as a tragic loss of a loved one or even a pet. They are simply too painful for the individual whenever they are recalled, so they are actively suppressed. So now you know why we forget. If you have enjoyed this video and found it to be very interesting, please click on the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get your daily dose of fun videos that explain everyday things. Thanks for watching.